Hello, everybody. Corey here. I did try to go live this evening to do this live, so stuff will be uploaded to YouTube easier, and then we wouldn't have to worry about the volume issue we worried about last night. But after a couple of hours of trying multiple attempts on the computer and the iPad, I had to finally give up and do it the old fashioned way. So here I am. I do request that you, if you did not watch the daily roundup, to just go back and watch that. If you don't want to watch the first part of it where I do the normal daily roundup, at least fast forward, until you could get to the back where I talk about distribution stuff. Just a little update from this past weekend and looking at distributions and the different ways to look at possible calculations of it. So to keep from having to keep doing double things, because I don't know who watches what video, because that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to say whatever I said on one, say it on the other if it was something new, but I'm just not going to be able to keep that up, and I'd hate to do that for those that are watching both videos also. So please go back and look at that at the end and provide some feedback. It would be greatly appreciated because what I do and what I'm asking from y'all is to make things better for you. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to get through this. Yeah, I'm a little tired at this point, but we don't have any closed out trades that we have to go over. So we'll go over any of the newer added trades while we're going through the holdings. Sorry, I've had this wine sitting here for 3 hours now, and I haven't drank it because I was afraid that if I drank it, I was going to not get these videos done and fall asleep. Okay, here we go. So AIYY. I'll zoom in a little bit there. So I changed something here, so let me know what you think. So if you ever pay any attention to what's on the left, I've had, since I've started this, at least at the top, I've had price, NAV, and the difference. And then I've had the stock price. The bottom has changed a little bit, but I ended up doing that on the bottom because I had more space. So I was like, oh, I can break out the market value by short call and synthetic, which we may or may not need at this point. But then I've always had the net assets and outstanding shares there, which y'all may or may not care about. But what I did today, because every time I do this, when I do the roundup, like I have the day before, so I can see the change. But then when I do this, I don't. And sometimes I'm like, wishing I had it. So today I was trying something a little different up here. So instead of having the price, the NAV, and the change, I changed just to have yesterday's close price, today's, and then the NAV. And then I did, since I had an extra line down here, I did yesterday's AI price and then today's. So let me know what y'all think. And then again, if, I always go with the people that comment. I usually take the majority from that, and that's what I go with. So if you don't comment, it's just usually like, I guess you don't really care one way or the other. So whatever people pick, you're fine with. So just know that. Yeah, so those are some differences there. Let me know. Okay, we have no trades to go over for AIYY. Let's see, we have 3 weeks? 1, 2, yeah, so 3 weeks and 2 days. I don't think, there's no other holidays in there, so 3 full weeks and 2 days before these synthetics expire. So just keep that in mind on some of these, because you'll see like this one's really red. But we have 3 short calls here that will expire on Thursday. So we got 2 days left this week. Friday's a holiday. Strike prices are 28, 28.50, and 30. So we are 3, 5, and 10% below the strike prices. And then, let's see, it's right. It's the other file that we have those prices over there. But anyway, you can see the market values there if you would like to look along with the share count. And then if you look over to the left, you can see that if we had to close that synthetic out today, it would cost us $6.8 million. If we move on to AMD, and I didn't mention the stock prices up there because I was talking about the changes, but AIYY closed today up at 1504, and AI closed at 2706. So AMD closed at $20.34, AMD at 177.87. And then they added to the synthetic position, and then they created a new short call position with 370 contracts, bringing in a premium of 108,000, and it expires next Friday with a strike price of 187.50. We also have a 187.50 strike price that expires Thursday, and then we have another short call that expires Thursday at 185, and we are 4 and 5% below those strike prices. You see there we're negative, we're red right there on the synthetic, which we want that to be green. So I didn't go over this, but if you didn't know this by now or haven't watched my videos before, for the synthetic position, like in this case, the strike price is 200. You really want the stock to be above that price, and then you'd usually want the short call to be below the short call price. So you're usually like in this window. But in this case, since the stock has dropped since they put on these synthetic positions, that's why you're seeing the short calls lower than those synthetics. So the hope would be is that the price would raise by the time we get to May. So we still got almost a couple of months on this. But you can see on the left-hand side, well, that if we had to close this out today, it would cost $12.1 million. So in the difference column, if you see red, that's not a good thing. And if you see green, that's a good thing. Obviously, color code. Okay. And let's keep moving on. AMZ, we closed at 23.20, and Amazon closed at 178.30. We have no trades to go over. We have a short call that expires Thursday at $180 strike price, in which we are 1% below that, which is $1.70. Apple closed at 16.98. Apple closed at 169.71. We have no trades to go over. We have a short call that expires Thursday with a strike price of 175, and we are currently 3% below that. Coney closed at 29.18. Coin closed at 266.81. We have no trades to go over here. We have a short call that expires Thursday, and it looks like we are under it by roughly 69 cents. And if we move on to Dizzo, we closed at 22.42, with Disney closing at 119.93. We have no trades to go over. We do have a short call that expires Thursday with a strike price of 118. So it's red. So we're currently 2% over the short call. So if we had to close that out today, it would cost us $215,000. Phoebe, FBY, closed at 23.01. Meta closed at 495.89. They added 50 contracts to the synthetic position with a $505 strike price, and they opened up a new short call expiring next Friday. 50 contracts bringing in 21,000 premium there. Strike price is 520 if I didn't mention that. And then we have the short call that expires Thursday with a $515 strike price that we're currently 4% under. GUI closed at 17.18. Alphabet closed at 150.67. We have no trades to go over. We have two short calls that expire Thursday with strike prices of 152.50 and 155. We are currently 1 and 3% below those strike prices. JPMO closed at 21.41. JPM closed at 195.73. They added 30 contracts to the synthetic position, and they created a new short call position with 30 contracts, bringing in 3,800 in premium. That short call expires next Friday with a strike price of 197.50, and we're currently less than $2 from that, 1%. And then we're under the other short call that expires Thursday with a $200 strike price, and we're below that by 2%. If we move on down to Murni, it closed at 20.76. Moderna closed at 107.41. We have no trades to go over. We have a short call with a strike price of 109 that expires Thursday. We're currently 1% below the strike price. MSFO closed at 22.65. Microsoft closed at 421.65. They added 25 contracts to the synthetic position. And they opened up a new short call expiring next Friday with 25 contracts, bringing in 7,700 in premium. That strike price is $427.50. We're currently 1% below that strike price. Then we have the two short calls that expire Thursday with strike prices of $430 and $435. We are currently 2 and 3% below those strike prices. We move on to Misty. It closed at 44.80. So I didn't look that up, but I'm sure they hit their high since inception today. They keep making a new high just about every day. Well, this looks like the high for today. It says 44.81, which is the 52-week high. So it's 1 cent away from hitting its, from where it hit its 52-week high. All right, let's see. They added 17 contracts to this synthetic position, and they created a new short call expiring next Friday with 17 contracts, bringing in premium of 156,000. The strike price for that one is 2,130, in which we're currently 12% below. They also have two short calls that expire Thursday. One of them is 1,800, which is where most of our contracts are. 188 of them, and we're currently 4% over that strike. That strike price at almost 1 cent shy from being $77. If we had to close that one out today, that would cost us $2.44 million. And then the other one has the same strike price as next week, 2,130. So we're 12% below that one, which it only has 2 contracts. This one has a lot of cash sitting there, $24 million in cash, by the way. Netflix closed at 18.88. Netflix closed at 629.24. There are no trades to go over. They have a short call that expires Thursday with $640 strike price, and we're currently 2% below that strike price. We go on down to Intraday. My eyeball's itching. Or my eyes itching. Intraday closed at $30.04. I know they're near their high. So it looks like their 52-week high was today, but it was $31.08. If I remember correctly, they were one of the ones that tanked at the end of the day with half of the rest of the market. Nvidia closed at 925.61. So they added 150 contracts to the synthetic position and created a new short call position with 150 contracts, bringing in almost 185,000 in premium. It expires next Friday and has a strike price of $995, which is also the same strike price for the short call that's going to expire this Thursday. So we're currently 7% below the strike price. If we move on to OARC, price we closed at $13.24. ARC closed at $50.03. We have one short call expiring Thursday with a strike price of $50.50. If we go on to PayPay, we closed at $19.31. PayPal closed at $66.67. We have one short call that expires Thursday with a strike price of 66, so we're currently 67 cents or 1% above the strike price. SQY, it closed at 25.03 today, and then Block closed at 83.80. And then I'm looking. So SQY hit its 52-week high today, which was $25.25. Having a lot of record breaking ones this week. Because on most of these, almost all of these, if they're hitting a 52-week high, that means they're hitting their all-time high. Because, right, most of these are new and haven't been out but maybe 6 or so months. But we have no shares, we have no trades to go over. We have the short call that will expire on Thursday with a strike price of $84, and we are currently 20 cents from that. Of course, we've been over this strike price a few times already. If we go on down to Tesla, it closed at 16.13. This is one I wish we had the previous day on. But Tesla closed at 177.67. We have no trades to go over. They have two short calls that expire Thursday with strike prices of 172.50 and 175. And we're currently 3 and 2% over those strike prices. And I know Tesla got up at least to 180. I'm not sure if it got further than that today at some point. But right now, if we had to close those short calls out, it would cost us $23 million or $23.2 million. We're both over both of those strike prices. And then Zomo we closed at 18.36. ExxonMobil 113.79. So they added 85 contracts to the synthetic position and created a new short call for expiring next Friday with 85 contracts, bringing in a premium of $6,000. That strike price is 116, in which we're currently 2% below. Then we had the two short calls that expire Thursday. One of them's 113, in which we're 79 cents over. And then we have the 114, in which we're 21 cents under. And then if we move down to YMAG, it closed today at $20.47. And YMAX closed at $21.62. Which it makes me wonder because we have so many of these at their... I mean, I've noticed some of them, but there might be more that are above their 52-week high, and I just don't know because I just don't follow them that much. But YMAX's 52-week high is 21.77, and which is also what their high was today. So this is why I'm thinking that I feel like we should put the 52-week high and low on the daily roll-up tab so you could quickly see where we stand on that and maybe put a line in there or something. But I don't know. Some of y'all may not care for anything like that or want or feel the need to. I just find things interesting. Which is why I sit here and look things up like this. YMAX. Hold on. This is YMAG. Yeah, YMAG. It hit its 52-week high today at $20.706. in case any of y'all cared there. And then, yeah, if you could go back and watch the daily roundup from today, or at least the end part of it where I go in and talk about possible changes and talking through some things, and then just asking some questions. I know sometimes people respond and sometimes people don't, but your responses is what drives the changes, a lot of the changes within the workbook. So, anyway, I will let y'all go. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, we have audio on this one when it uploads in the morning. Y'all have a good day. Bye.